Welcome to the loop.
Welcome to the one and only talk show about video games. That's the loop. That's where we're at right now. It's the only talk show about video games. It's the best talk show about video games. It's
the only place to be on the internet.
The greatest talk. Anyways, hi, my name's Eric. I am joined as always by. I'm going to give everybody middle names. Okay, just wait for it. Okay. Kyle, afraid of computer viruses. Zimke. Jeremy knows it all, and Trevor
Star Citizen
of the stars, friends.
I don't mind that one. It's not an insult.
Slurps a shake.
Mine wasn't an insult either.
Yeah, I was actually complimenting Jeremy's ability to know everything.
Oh, okay. You weren't being ironic at all.
No, you're all 100% accurate.
I wasn't worried about it.
And Eric, the only host of the loop.
Yep, that's accurate.
That is accurate. 100% accurate.
Oh boy.
Well, everybody, how's it going? We all finally caught up on some sleep.
Kinda.
After a strenuous...
I like Teddy's title.
What?
The only talk show with video games from the Midwest with 3 middle-aged guys and 1 granddad.
Am I the granddad?
Yes, yes, you are. Only because it's through marriage.
I'm pretty sure the bearded guy.
No, he's a granddad through marriage, eventually.
That's true.
I don't marry him.
Grandma did.
That's what I was going to say.
That's the only way to get their endowments when they die.
That's funny.
It's not their endowment I want.
Keep it coming, Trevor.
You sure it isn't?
Woo.
It's getting hot in here.
Woo.
It's been a long time since we did granny jokes.
Yeah.
I figured I had to make it really weird.
It's getting
We've
hot
just been
in
telling
here.
the truth all night.
So take out all your teeth.
Trevor's got some booze over there.
Oh, yeah.
That's
am
what's doing it.
so hot, I'm going to take my teeth out. Trevor is on fire.
Trevor's of fire. I think I like that even better.
So welcome to the only talk show from the Midwest with 3 middle-aged guys and a grandma dater.
Wait, hang on.
Wait,
are we all middle-aged?
I
hope
that's
not.
really.
I think
that
that's
really
what Teddy
qualified?
technically was getting at.
I mean, I think
Are you
once
saying I'm only going to live to 60?
you
jerk.
I mean,
well, reality says
probably.
that World War
And I'll
III
be-
will happen before then you'll die.
I'll be
Well,
70.
that's because we elected somebody that shouldn't have been elected. But
Oh,
that's
welcome
another
to the next-
conversation.
Welcome to the Loop, the
You're
only
talking about
talk
the
show
next
about
election.
video games and politics.
Yeah. Yay.
Yay!
Yay.
No, it's exciting to be here and not have to be here for 24 hours straight. That's the thing. I had like a moment of PTSD when I walked in here tonight when I was like, I can't leave for 24 hours. I'm trapped.
It smelled better though, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think that was the concern, was the smell.
Big improvement there. Big
Oh,
improvement
man.
for the nostrils.
Yeah. Nathan's not here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That was a big part of the improvement.
Well, Nathan's not here, and we haven't been eating horrible things for the last
Speak
20
for
hours
yourself.
or whatever.
Yes. So this is a really lovely occasion to have to just come here and hang out for like an hour or so, instead of forever. Menopausal guys.
I will say
That's
I
how it
was
works.
told today as I filled out my health insurance and all my insurance forms
Tis
for
the
the next
season.
year because it's that season. Yeah. That they're calculating I have 22 years till retirement.
Ah,
So
there you go. That's something to look forward to.
They also said I did not have enough money calculated that would be in my retirement
To
for when
live
I
off of?
retire. Yeah, exactly. So,
Well, I mean, you would make a great Walmart door greeter.
I
Yeah.
think
I think
so.
I think you got it.
Because I'll be in a wheelchair by then.
Oh no!
I mean, he
the
jokes,
odds are
but
there.
you're
The odds are
probably
there.
accurate.
Darkest timeline.
No, that's probably a better.
I mean, I've seen him run.
there's definitely more dark.
run.
There's darker than that, Eric. There's things to look forward to.
I think the future might have like a cool exoskeleton thing.
Yeah.
No!
Maybe.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. Like the
it'll be made
Surge,
by Toyota or Nissan.
where they like screw it into your body.
Yeah.
That's ugh.
You know, a lot of
They put you under for that, Trevor.
Well, not in
a
the
lot
Surge.
of a lot of amputees have prosthetics that are
I'm aware.
drilled onto their body. In fact, the metal
Hey,
rod in my
this-
leg
okay.
is
You don't
bolted onto my body.
The concept of the
Trevor.
Surge. It was far worse.
I'm just
because
saying, you like it's drilled onto
I
their
understand
body.
that they screw things into the bones. I understand that.
He was talking about video game
It was the
reference.
video game.
I know,
and it was far worse than just a simple thing.
I'm just saying it's not that far fetched. It's just the next step.
Speaking of prosthetics in video games, did you save Fergus in the beginning, or who'd you save?
I say Fergus.
Okay,
Yep.
so did I. Okay, we
Me
all
too.
made the
He's
wise
the guy on the left,
decision.
right?
I'm kind of wondering.
The young guy, the young
On the left?
Englishman. No, that's the old guy.
Oh, I kept him.
I kind of wondered at
No,
one
wait,
point
no, I
if it
killed
was-
him. No, I killed him.
I wasn't sure which one I picked last time around.
I couldn't remember either.
I kind of wish that they would have had that like a feature where it actually told you based on your previous account's save.
I just
But-
was glad that I got to pick because I didn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have remembered why I did it in the last one anyway. So
Yeah.
Fergus he gets Fergie he gets a prosthetic.
Fergalicious
Can I-
death.
And
I
he gets
ask
the
this
big
question?
like robotic arm, which is
Fergalicious
actually
death.
kind of funny. I don't know why I find those scenes
How
funny when
quickly
it
did you
revolts.
kill the other thing that you had to make a decision on?
Is this a spoiler?
Yeah, is this
I
a
don't
spoiler?
think it is it?
I don't know what you're talking about. How far did you get in this game?
That's at the beginning.
It's what you had to kill
It's
something.
a flashback.
Oh,
that was wait, a flashback.
Yeah, I didn't kill it at all.
Oh, okay. The other did.
I aimed above.
Yeah, you missed intentionally.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Oh,
did anyone
yeah, yeah,
actually?
yeah, okay,
Did anyone
okay.
actually kill
No,
it?
because I'm
No.
not a monster.
I'm not.
I was just curious what that cutscene was going to look like because I did not do that.
I don't know if it's any different. Like I
You-
don't know.
so you
Well, it
did
would be
shoot it?
different. No,
Oh.
it would be different because
Because I like pointed up above, and then
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, so did I.
yeah, and then he gets mad at you.
Mm-hmm. and then the gun goes off anyways without me doing anything. So I don't know.
And then I was like, man, I should have.
Because he did it.
Oh, does he do it? Okay,
Yeah,
I can't
he-
remember.
He grabs the stuff and then he
Yeah.
I
I was that's why I was
Can't
curious
do anything
if someone
right.
actually did it because there'd have to be a different cutscene
Yeah.
or a different. It's
I
not
mean,
really a cutscene because
For
you're still in it.
for where Wolfenstein came from, I mean, it deals with some pretty heavy subject.
yeah.
And I was just mentioning to Trevor when we were walking in that like I don't sometimes I get into it with Kyle about like video game stories and like I don't usually care and they're not usually that great.
And you were arguing with me to care about this
And
one.
this game is
You
got to
should
be
care about
one
it.
of the first ones in a long time that I feel like I've come around on the gameplay. Like at first I did not really like the gunplay that much, and I feel like I've come around on it where I've been enjoying it more. But it's still not the main draw for this game. I still just am like, all right, I'm having fun shooting Nazis, but I really want to know what happens next. Like this story
Can I just
is
can you just
so
record you playing it? And
good.
I'll just
It's probably already on
watch it.
YouTube.
Yeah,
I'll
if you
probably
really
still
if you
watch
really want to go to that much
so I
trouble,
could I could just watch it while I'm playing something else.
Yeah, you could just go watch the supercut.
if you want to be lame
Yeah, I'll
about
just-
it, yeah.
like the speed cut where it's all in fast forward.
I know because you got to hear the dialogue and stuff, or at least hear the
No, all the fighting is in fast
But
forward.
like, I mean, it some of the plot goes into crazy places, but I feel like it's still all kind of sitting in there in the world in a believable way that it
Yeah.
doesn't.
It feels like it's like it kind of understands that it's crazy, but is also not afraid to take itself seriously at times. Because it's so much fun.
And it has I mean, they have a lot of different statements about I mean, obviously it's an alternate history of
Yep.
like if Hitler took over, America, or if the Nazis took over America, and it just does such a good job of kind of making this statement that kind of echoes true to current climate politically and culturally, and like yet at the same time it just I don't know. It's hard to. It's just. It's a game that I think you should definitely try to experience it. But if you can't, you can't. But I just think it's It's definitely going to be like if I were to rate like the best story in a video game of 2017, as of right now where I'm at, it is up there. There has been 2 moments now. I was playing it tonight and got like completely blown away a second time by the story, and I was just like, this.
Like, holy crap!
I just have not had my expectations like just blown out of the water as much with the video game. Like I always feel like I just know where the games are going, and it's just like, it's cookie cutter. I don't care. Let me get through it. Not this game.
I got to stop you so that I can defend myself. I never said that I didn't like Wolfenstein. This game is fantastic. I am currently playing it, so don't boo me. Mutiny Teddy. Don't boo. I never said.
Oh, you suck.
I never said that I didn't like the game or wasn't enjoying the game. The only person that has said that they didn't enjoy the game was Jeremy.
That was a week ago. I haven't played it since
Yep.
because I had other games to play.
Yeah. No, I do. I feel you because like it's bad right now. I mean, it's but I'm kind of luck. I feel
gotta
like
choose, man.
I wanted to play. I was looking forward to
You chose wrong.
Whatever.
Super Lucky's Tale. I mean, you can play games in any order you want. You can play it later. I'm not saying that.
I'm gonna tell you. I mean, yeah, I've been playing Call of Duty. Yeah, I
Why
used
not?
to be a Call of Duty bro. Yeah, I did tons of Call of Duty in the past. I've got probably over 1,000 hours
You're
of
talking
Call of
about
Duty.
cocaine.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, you know.
Sounds like you.
Did I win myself off it previously? The last 2 rounds weren't that great, but you know, I'm coming back into it.
Yeah.
And
You are one pathetic loser.
I've soloed through level
How many times have you prestiged?
13. None yet, because I haven't played online hardly.
Haven't
But no, because I love the zombie mode. You guys saw me playing some of that with
everybody's
Trev a
asleep.
little bit. But
Yeah.
I got to level 13 completely by myself and figured out a few more unlocked things. And there's all this lore behind that, and they did a great job with that game. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But I'll also say the campaign is... There's a lot of movie cuts, but there always is in their stuff. But I liked it. I don't know
Yeah.
why there's a bunch of poo-poo on it right now.
Does it feel like a Band of Brothers or Saving Private Ryan or like something like that kind of, or is it
Definitely like a Saving Private Ryan would
kind
be
of like
the
they're kind of
closest
going
to
for
it.
that vibe?
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 main characters that you follow through the entire thing, even though you play as other characters as well, depending on where they're at in their story arc. But yeah, I mean, I'm most of the way through it. Not completed with it yet, but I have also dabbled a little bit in the online play.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the last couple of Call of Duties, even the online play was really bad.
Yeah.
And I
didn't think
played the
that,
beta. I played the beta, and I thought the beta sucked. But then I have since realized that's just the worst map. The one they had on the beta was terrible.
There was a really bad map.
But there's some really decent. I like the upgradability of the way the character and the guns and things, because it's not all this fake stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't really exist in
But
the
I mean-
real world.
Well, and Trev, not in anyone, says in the chat that D-Day is the first mission, and I've been hearing like the game gets some crap for that, like go back
Because other
go back
games
to
have
Normandy.
done it.
But I'm just like, there's never been a Call of Duty on Normandy, on Omaha Beach, like that has never
Not a Call of Duty. No, there's been other
There's Medal of
games.
Honor,
and it's
but
I
never
always say
Call of Duty's
it's-
never gone there.
It's
So-
very similar to Medal of Honor in that one scene.
well, but yeah,
In
but
that one scene.
How
but
is it
how
not?
else you gonna? Yeah, exactly.
But that's
And
not-
but they fight through that really fast.
But that's
and then
not,
it gets
I
into
mean,
real
but that's
story.
not my point. Whether it's similar, I'm just saying like stop saying that it's like every
Well,
Call
I-
of Duty
I
because
don't
that
even know
never
if
happened.
More
in a
people
Call-
died in that one
No, I
day
don't-
than
I don't-
ever in the existence of the world that we know of in a war.
I think part of it too is not just that it's that and that other games have done it. It's that there's a lot of media that has been focused specifically on that story, and that's which obviously it's a big story. It's a big part of World War II. I think that the hope going into this game was that it would be something a little different from what you've already gotten about World War II in a lot of media. You know what I mean? There's a lot of movies that have been done about that, TV shows that have been done about that. So I think that may tie into the fact that a lot of people were wanting and hoping that it might be something a little different, maybe something that's maybe even, just kind of more of one of the folklore type of stories that's not in the biggest story that everybody
But Call
in
of
the
Duty
world
has
knows.
never done that. They've always been, we're going to pick a war and or what we consider a future war. Let's just ignore that last one, right?
That game was awesome. What
It
are
was
you
a
talking
great
about?
game, but it fell outside of the standard arc.
I mean,
of Call of
people,
Duty.
a bunch of Call of Duty bros got all upset because it was in space.
I thought it was great. I loved it.
That
I
was
loved
like one of the best
gameplay.
Call of Duty stories
But
in a long time.
I'm just saying it was a departure of their traditional story, which is to tell something that's already happened. And every single war that they've done that was real, they've just left it fairly
they
generic.
haven't done a real war since like World War
True, it's been a while.
Call of Duty 2 and 3 maybe or whatever.
There have been a lot
But it's
of
always
games.
been generic war fighting. It's never been
Modern Warfare
a deep
was
story.
10 years ago, and that was
I guess
not
I
a
get
real
stuck
war.
on that in my head.
That is not a real world.
Yeah.
Or that was make believe.
That's
Yeah.
All of them for the last 10 years have
There
been
was not
fictional.
a nuke detonated in the Middle East.
Yeah.
But
Yet
I don't know that it's
that we know of.
the thing is when they talk about 2 million casualties in World War II, that's true, but that's a lot of Jews in encampments. Like it's not because
Not
of
war
the war
not like
casualties. So I mean, you got to be careful the way you talk about it. But yeah, I'm not discrediting their deaths. They're actually probably even more important like that.
Sure.
But I'm just saying, like when people are talking
'Cause
about
they
the
were
millions of
victims.
casualties, a lot of that has to do with the Nazi war camps.
But yeah, I think some. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if some of the reason that people are upset is that maybe they were hoping that there would be more of a like an Inglourious Bastards type of story where you are actually part of a unit that's trying to go after Hitler or something, despite the fact that you wouldn't have succeeded if they're trying to stay somewhat historically accurate. I think that may have been the impression that a lot of people got.
Which just means that they were idiots.
I was
Because
gonna say, I
those
don't know
trailers
what-
did
I don't
not
know
give
what-
that impression at all.
Yeah.
So I mean, unless
Or
you're talking
hoped-
before that trailer,
Yeah, before that, may have hoped that, or
But
hoped that maybe
that
it
trailer
wasn't going
gave
to,
very much like, hey, this is a Band of
Sure.
Brothers type movie. It
Sure.
never alluded to a Inglourious Bastards thing or anything.
No,
so.
I think that's what I mean, and I know that's kind of what I was hoping would come as something that was something a little outside of what you usually see with World War II stories. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't played it.
Call of Duty's
so.
not the right place for that.
I don't. Well, and I just think it probably wouldn't go over as well. Just
Why not?
because-
They went to space. Why can't they can do whatever they want? Really?
Yeah.
Not with history.
Not with history. Yeah.
They can't. I just don't think.
Well, yeah.
they
There's
wouldn't be
a lot of
successful.
stories other than Normandy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been interesting to see, but I think that their big set pieces are always huge explosions and giant battles happening, where something like Inglourious Bastards is espionage and stealth and small little groups going in and sneaking. And
Now, I will say I just did.
So,
I just did one of the missions
I
where
did
it
hear
is
there was
stealthy.
stealth. Yeah,
I
there's like
just
a
finished
stealth
that
meter.
one.
Was that any good?
It was. In fact, I played. I would purposely die if I didn't do it stealthily, because I was getting frustrated that I could just play it like a Call of Duty bro, guns ablazing.
I'll do it.
Just do it.
Well,
Stealth.
that's what I could have done. But,
should have done it.
But I didn't,
Oh.
because I wanted to see how I could get around the map that way, because I thought that was a unique aspect. Call of Duty doesn't do that very often.
That's how I play
So.
Wolfenstein. I'll try and be stealthy for a while, and then I just end up shooting everybody.
Yeah, I'm not sure in that game how far you could get stealthy. I'd like
You
to see
can get
someone do
pretty
it. But
far,
Wolfenstein-
but not,
yeah.
not. I use it mainly as trying to just thin the herd a little bit.
Yeah, before you
because
go.
otherwise I just
Right.
they annihilate me.
And you have to try and get to that as close to the captains
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
can, so that
Take
they
'em
don't
out.
bring in just because if you just let the captain live and you just start guns a-blazing,
Like,
you
oh,
may
look
not
out.
get to him for a long time because they'll keep bringing in waves.
yeah, so Call of Duty's out. Assassin's Creed has been out for a while. Trevor's been playing a lot of that. Did you finish it yet?
No, because I've been playing Wolfenstein.
Uh-huh.
I pretty much I keep thinking I should go back to Assassin's Creed. Then I'm just like Wolfenstein.
I saw that it's going to be on sale Black Friday for $35 at Target.
Oh, there's quite a
Cool.
few different ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one that's out. I'm trying to finish Wolfenstein before I jump into
Yeah.
anything else. I did fire up. I was like trying to test out the difference between the Xbox One X and S because that came out yesterday, and so I was like playing. I just started the first opening part of Assassin's Creed to see if there was like much of a difference that I could notice, but I'm just kind of bummed because the frame rates aren't really different. But if you get up really close, I took 2 videos of it. I was gonna show it tonight, and I'm like, nobody cares. But you can definitely see a texture difference, but it's
You can't.
not.
I know some of them will let you like prioritize performance.
But do you have a really high-end
Assassin's Creed
4K TV?
Isn't one that lets you? No, I do not.
Well,
have
see,
a-
that's the
That's the
problem.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Isn't that what they say? It's going to look better, but if you have a 4K TV.
yeah,
That's what I
it'll.
thought.
I mean, it will look better, but it does look better. But it's still not gonna. Your frame rate's not gonna change on a 4K TV. That's what I'm talking about.
No, you're right.
So I know that there are I think Gears of War you can prioritize that. You can change it and you can say I want better looking or I want better frame rate, like better performance. But I haven't tried that out yet.
Yeah.
So it sounds like there's some cool stuff with the backwards compatibility stuff. Like there's some old Xbox 360 games that they've enhanced. But I haven't really had time to test any of that yet. But I was like my wife, she's like a gamer for enjoyment, not for like tech side. Like I'm kind of both, where I like to nerd out on that stuff and see. And so I was like, here, can you tell the difference in these? And I had the 2 videos side by side, and she could pick out the difference. But she's like, if I was playing the game, like it wouldn't matter
She
to
wouldn't
me.
care.
Yeah, like
Just
it would,
killed her.
Yeah.
So you're saying it was good that I chose not to wait 3 weeks?
I don't think. I mean, you just bought a 4K TV, so no, I think it was
Well, yeah.
bad that you didn't wait.
Yeah, I totally would've waited.
because you got a 4K TV, and you could
But
have taken
then
advantage.
you
of it.
guys would have to bring your Xbox to
That's true.
To the
So
24
that
hour
would have been
stream.
bad.
See,
But
I did it for you.
Oh, okay, good.
Sure.
But I'm just saying, like, I think if you have a 4K TV, it would make it even better. But I still don't think.
Well, I think at some point maybe there'll be another Xbox in my future.
The only thing is that it moves. It does like the interface is faster. Just because it's just, and holy cow, is it a paperweight? It's so heavy compared to the S. Like, I mean,
Oh, is it
I've
really?
heard it's
Yeah.
I've heard it's dense.
But it's smaller, right?
Like when the guy handed it
Isn't
to
it
me,
smaller?
like he handed me the bag, and I'm
No.
like, oh, it's just a tiny bit smaller. Like
what I
just
thought.
smaller than the S.
yeah, because it's
Yeah.
the smallest Xbox ever made and
Smallest,
the fastest.
most powerful,
Yeah.
most everything.
Yeah. So,
Heaviest.
Jolliver wants to know how Dead Rising looks.
Dead Rising, I have not tried that.
Or Deadly Premonition.
I have not tried that.
Deadly Premonition does not look good anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know that it would fit. This would fix it.
He gives a silly face after that.
Yeah, there's a lot of games to play. I'm excited to keep playing games. There's a lot to finish. It's like you really do have to kind of prioritize it though, and like
Yeah.
that's why I'm thankful to see that Lucky's Tale isn't that great. I'm not gonna have to worry about playing that.
Yeah,
looks
I'm
like
thinking I'm
Need
going
for
to drop
Speed.
that one off too.
Doesn't look like it's any good, so I'm
Yeah.
probably not gonna play that.
Yeah,
unless
I
it's
took it off my list.
I might get it if it
Sad.
was like on a discount or a sale sometime.
I think I
next
picked
year.
it up for like $30.
Well,
on
that's not
Steam
terrible.
keys,
Yeah.
or whatever.
But yeah, I mean, mainly right now, I'd like to. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of done with Mario since I beat the main thing. I'll probably go back to that. I think what Mario's going to be for me is I'm going to take it. It's going to be my portable
everyone-
game.
yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
wherever I'm at, I might go back to it. But I still want to finish Rabbids. I haven't finished Rabbids. So
I still want to get. I haven't touched Stardew since any of the
Ooh,
stuff came
Stardew's
out.
so much fun.
I still want to pick up Golf Story.
That's
Yeah.
a good
Because
game.
it just everyone keeps talking about it, and I want to.
yeah, I haven't
Wanna
played
give it a
it.
It's
go.
nice little kind of
Yeah.
easy game. You know,
It's
not
just
easy,
nin-
but like pocket sized.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah. So I agree. I think with some of the things I've heard about some of those games, it's definitely thinned the herd.
Yeah, that's
that
been kind of nice.
Felt like it was this massive amount of games that looked like they were going to be just unreal. And
Yeah, I mean, that's really only 2, but still, yeah, I get what you're saying though. It's
two
still-
out of 8.
Yeah,
that's a
it makes-
large chunk.
Yeah, it's like you're talking. Yeah, you're right. It's a big percentage, 25%.
Yeah.
And I don't know how big those games would have been, but it does feel like kind of like, oh, okay, I don't have to.
I think
play
Lucky's Tale
everything.
is a smaller game, isn't it?
I'm not really sure.
I think I saw it was only like $40 instead of 60.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
So I think it's a smaller game.
I was really, part of me is kind of glad that it wasn't as great as I thought it would be, just because I've already played through Mario, and I'm like, I don't know that I'm really wanting to jump into a platformer right now. And will any platformer
Sure.
compare to Mario?
Yeah.
After playing that game, that Lucky's Tale might not have had much of a chance. Yeah. So anybody else before we move on? Anybody else been playing any games specifically? Enjoying anything?
Just been on that Wolfenstein.
There's like 3 Wolfensteins, 1 Call of Duty,
Yep.
and a Partridge in a Pear Tree. Kuipers, you been playing any games? Why don't we let the intern chime in here?
I've kind of been playing Fire Emblem again recently.
Did you play the new one?
A little bit, but I've actually been going back to like Fire Emblem Echoes.
That new one any good? It looks kind of garbagey, but that's just because I don't like Dynasty Warriors.
Okay,
It's
I
a
was gonna
Dynasty
say,
Warrior
Yeah,
game.
it's a Dynasty Warrior game, so it's gonna play like it.
But you
like,
kind of into that?
yeah.
Okay.
Like, well, it's kind of interesting though.
My God,
how
have
they-
mercy on your soul.
Yep.
Like, it's interesting though how they kind of combine the two because it's kind of still they still kind of carry over some of the stuff of Fire Emblem games. Like,
Yeah.
if you die, the character's dead. Like you can carry that over.
Oh, okay.
So and
Cool.
you kind of command them a bit in battle as well, so they're not just standing around like aimlessly or kind of doing stuff.
So if you die in the game, you die in real life.
Yes.
That sounds good. I don't want to play that yet because I got some other games to finish first.
And some life to live.
Well, we're middle aged according to Teddy, so we ain't got much.
Singe says Dynasty Warriors doesn't like you.
Well,
I'm
really-
okay with that.
Like, is that supposed to hurt my
Yeah,
feelings?
I
I
don't-
don't know that it does. I think I'll survive.
Just wait for Dynasty Warriors 9 to come out.
I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I guess it's fun. Maybe is there some like sort of like tactfulness or skill that I'm not seeing that's not evident to me in those games? That like it just looks like you hack and slash a lot and stuff. Am I wrong about that or?
Well,
No.
you're not
That's how I
wrong.
see
Like,
it.
I'd say they're a great game to play when you're kind of feeling down or like you just want to. I would want to have.
You don't
want
wanna
to
think?
It's a nice.
Just kind of zone out.
Yeah, kind of like a
I'm
nice.
going to murder 10 million guys in one slice.
Yeah, you want to feel like a BA.
Okay.
Doing like
A
You know what
bald
makes me
announcer.
feels like a BA?
yeah, bald announcer.
Yeah. Okay.
Wolfenstein.
It does. Yeah, that's true.
Oh man, that game's so fun.
I really like that shotgun you get a little ways into.
Oh,
that
that's
game.
Yeah, I
The
just
one that
got I just got to that on the train.
I got it. I was like, what? How? Where have I been without you?
I know.
Yeah.
Where have
the
you been all
best.
my life?
That's the best. I really. It does play a lot like Doom in certain.
It does.
Yeah.
It does
areas,
make
yeah.
me think a lot.
I think
of Doom.
I think the only thing about Doom that was better was that it felt like it was smoother in its gameplay. I felt like I could just see something coming and just boom,
Yeah.
and I've got it in Doom. Whereas this, I'm like, wait, how do
Yeah.
I steady?
Yeah,
So
that is true. There's something about it's a little squirrelier.
It's a little squirrelier, but it still is good. I had to turn down the difficulty level on one spot to get out of the.
Shame.
Well, speaking of Doom, let's
Shame.
get into them games of the week.
Shame on you, Trevor.
Games of the week. We know you can't wait to get your grubby little hands on them.
All right, here's your games of the week. I'm gonna kind of fly through these ones. Doom is out on the Switch November 10th. That's Whoa. That's when. That's like 2 days. So
Yeah.
that's Thursday.
That's
If you haven't played it, get it.
Fantastic.
It's like tempting for me to pick it up on the Switch just because it's
I'm
like
picking it up.
just to
man.
like have it portably is
so
pretty
good.
cool.
Oh man.
And it sounds
Maybe.
like the developers did a ton of work to get it to run well on the Switch. A good steady 30, but
That game was so good.
we already talked a little bit about Need for Speed Payback. It sounds really grindy, a lot of loot boxes and like just a not fun gameplay.
Not enough Fast and the Furious.
That's out on the 10th as well, which is Friday, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That's on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Mario Party, the top 100, that's on 3DS. That comes out Friday as well. If you like to torture yourself or you just hate yourself in general, pick up that game.
You didn't like Mario Party ever, did you?
I don't know. They're pretty bad games.
You weren't playing with the right party.
Football Manager 2018 on PC is out Friday.
Also,
As
Trevor,
myself.
you're picking that one up.
yeah.
Why am I picking this one up?
I
thought this was your type of game.
Yeah, I
I'm
love
surprised with some of the ones we have on this list and then ones we don't. But anyway,
doing fake sport things.
What do you mean the ones we don't?
I don't know because there's a few that we don't, but that's okay.
Like what,
I'll
Jeremy?
tell
Like
after
Wheel
you
of
go through
Fortune?
these.
You
Go
said
through
Wheel
these.
of Fortune every week. We know,
Yeah.
Jeremy. You've
No,
said
that's
Wheel
already-
of Fortune.
that's already
like,
out.
Yeah, Jeremy's actually been playing
every-
that. He hasn't been
like-
playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Then we got Batman. Telltale series is out on the Switch on the 14th, November 14th. Also on the Switch,
That one's had a couple of decent
I
reviews, right?
played through the first episode.
It sounds like
it was
it's-
fun. Yeah,
Sounds like this may be one of the best ones they've done in a while.
yeah. Even though, well, we'll get into that,
Yeah.
but it's dark
We'll get
future
to it.
for Telltale.
Yeah.
So LA Noire. Woohoo! Yeah, that's on the
Yeah.
14th. This is a sweet game. If you want to make sure you own a memory card with this one, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Is this only on Switch?
Well, it's coming out on everything.
Oh,
It's
okay.
everything.
Yeah.
It's
It's a big deal on the Switch because it's like a Nintendo thing, but it is coming out on Xbox One
Okay.
and PS4.
What makes it a Nintendo thing?
Well,
Because it's for the first time. It's
a
on
Rockstar
Nintendo
game on a Nintendo thing
okay.
is pretty rare.
It's cool because but
Yeah, because usually that stuff
but
isn't.
I'm still gonna get it on Xbox because it'll look better.
Well,
Wow.
have you never
Yeah.
played it before?
No, I played the first one.
Oh, well, why are you gonna? I just
first
think,
one, what do
I
you-
think the Switch. The reason
What
you
do you
get
mean
it on
the first one?
I mean, is it
played
just
it-
coming
it's
back
a-
out?
yeah, it's
It's a
just
remaster.
re-release.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a mastering.
well, I may still play through it again.
But I think that's why you get it on the Switch. Why that's exciting is
That makes
because
sense,
it's like
yeah.
portable version of that game
Yeah.
that you liked and whatever. But I don't.
That game was fantastic.
I heard it's like almost 30 gigs. So be careful if you're purchasing this one. You've got to have a
on
memory card.
Switch, yeah.
Because even if you buy the cartridge, it has like a 15 gig download that you have to do.
Oh,
with it.
man.
So beware of your data cap. Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, which I guess those are still a thing that people play. That's coming out on
I might
PS4,
pick it up
Xbox
eventually.
One, PC, and Switch on November 14th.
First one was fun if you're into that.
I mean, it just seems like the same game every time with a
They
new
are, but they're
skin,
fun,
but
so.
I don't
Yeah, it is.
I don't enjoy it, but you can enjoy it. I don't care. And you don't care. We
You
all
do
get
care.
along. I mean, I don't care that you like it. I just don't like it myself. Rime is finally coming out on the Switch. This looked intriguing when they were showing it off at E3 a couple years ago, but now that it's out on PS3 or PS4, yeah, PS3. It looks like a PS3 game. On PS4 and Xbox One, I don't know that I'm too psyched about it. But Rocket League is also coming out on the Switch on the 14th, which it seems like a good platform for that. I might want to play it
Actually, yeah,
there.
that does.
So just because imagine just like hanging out somewhere and everybody pulling their Switch out on a
rocket
rooftop of a fancy
Everyone's
loft.
rocketing.
and playing some Rocket.
Yeah, Rocket League. That looks good. So there's your games of the week. Let's get in some news.
Keeping you in the loop with the latest gaming news.
Oh, sorry, Jeremy. Crap. What were those games? Let's spit them out quick.
Yeah.
I forgot you were going to
all
do
right.
that.
What games are important?
You told us.
They're not important. There's just more. There is an updated Snipper Clips. It's called Snipper Clips Plus.
That's already, you get that for free if you own Snipper Clips.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it comes out in 2 days.
Okay.
There's something called Ben 10.
Actually, it's
on
been out
everything.
for a while, but it's probably the physical copy that you can get in 2 days.
Fine, whatever.
So it
Cat
doesn't really
Quest
matter.
on PS4.
Oh man.
Cat Quest.
The Blob on Xbox One and PS4. Demon Gaze 2 on PS4.
Trevor, first of all, I'd like to thank you for cutting out all this garbage and like getting the important
Little
games.
I
Dude
actually-
2 Plus on the Switch.
I just grabbed the stuff from the. Yeah.
Lumo
Oh,
is coming out on the
man.
Switch.
Yeah, what's that
Oh,
about,
no.
Jeremy?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm so-
Outcast Second Contact is coming out on PS4.
Man, this is
And
all-
the game of the week,
The Wheel of Fortune.
Road Rage, is coming out on.
I don't even know what that is. Why you say that
Yeah.
like that's
Because
exciting?
it's one of those car games where you smash people.
It's one of those car games that
Beat them.
Jeremy's just like, what is with you? And whenever you see a
perpetuate
game,
these games.
oh, it's a car on it. I like cars.
No, I love the ones where you're like, where you use them to
They keep
crash
making
things.
these
I
terrible-
like car crashes.
They make these terrible car games because Jeremy will get them
Yeah, I
on
will.
GameFly for a week.
I
That
will.
looks great.
I'm gonna
It's
enjoy
Screw
it.
It's a
Wolfenstein.
great couple hours of gameplay. Easy.
All right, time
Let's
for
get
the
into
news.
the news.
I like how we threw Kuipers off. He's like, wait, I already
Keeping you
played
in
this.
With the latest gaming news.
I'm sorry, Kuipers. I did that on purpose.
That was for Kuipers, not you. Kuipers,
wow.
What?
Kuipers,
Wow.
you just got to know what
You
you're
jerk.
doing, man.
I'm sorry, I already played things.
He's
Yeah.
like, I already played
can't
it,
blame
guys.
him.
Anyways. Let's see. The first story comes from Eurogamer.net. It says something's not right with Titanfall 2 on Xbox One X.
Yeah, this is kind of just what you were talking about earlier with the Xbox One X, and when you were talking about doing the side-by-sides, it sounds like the PS4 Pro is actually running this better, if I'm understanding everything. There's a lot of information in this article that's like serious, like side-by-side exact pixels that are showing. But it sounds like it is currently playing a lot better on the PS4 Pro. My question with that is, I mean,
Who's still playing this game? Oh, that's not your
Awesome
question.
people, because
no,
it's great.
Titanfall
No,
2
it
's-
was a decent game. I'm just
love
saying,
this
are
game.
you still playing it? No.
I still have it.
Hey, you remember some people, it might be their game.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was
What-
a good game. Yeah.
I guess what I was going to say with this is that it seems like you're not. It doesn't have as much time to have ironed out all the kinks of the Xbox One X. Like it's going to have some leveling itself out, just like the PS4.
Yeah, but it doesn't
What do you
now.
mean? That's not
No,
how.
but it's
that's not how technology works.
No,
it
that
doesn't
is-
level itself out
Jeremy-
over time. People fix things that are
They're
broke.
fixing
That's
bugs,
how the PS4
so-
Pro started out, and in fact, I think it started out worse than some of these comparisons that the Xbox One X is getting.
Yeah.
So it's funny how how you have things like this where someone will notice, okay, it's not working as well, and they did actually confirm that it is not running even as well as in some places as just the Xbox One version.
Yeah, but I mean that's not the Xbox One X's fault. That's the developer that needs to fix their game.
Yeah.
No, it's the Xbox One X.
No, it's not.
It's saying
It's
that
the
there is
developer.
no. It is saying that some of it has to do with the way that the engineering is being used. So my guess is that because this is newer, the developer and Xbox itself has not figured out exactly what they need to say. Hey, this is what you'll need to run your game as powerfully as you possibly can. And so it's something that will eventually get taken care of with patches.
Yeah. I think I'm going to side more with Jeremy on this one. I do think it's definitely the developer's responsibility to make it
right.
better. So
Well,
I mean,
mean,
it's you.
the game already came out, so
Yeah.
if they want it to be better on new hardware, they need to fix the game.
That's why they're patching a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them are patching. Is this specifically the Xbox One X update that's bad, or is it just the game not running well on it, like the current version of
It
the game?
sounds like what it is it's some sort of issue where the Xbox One X tries to upscale things in a certain manner, and if the game is not necessarily prepared for it,
Oh, okay.
Right.
It
Because
makes
it's doing
it run
4K
worse.
upscaling for
Right.
Yeah.
Is this specifically when it's being output to 4K, or is it on all resolutions?
Oh, I didn't
I
see
wonder.
that.
So my guess is that this is something that they when they went through they weren't.
But Kyle, you're right too to say
Findings,
that it was
yeah.
on the PS4 Pro for a long time too. There were a lot of games that were, but it's still the developer who
Sure.
had to create a patch and update the game, and then they ran better.
It just seems like to throw the Xbox One under the bus and in like the first the game. I mean, it comes out tomorrow, or was it today that it came out?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay. So
They've had a whole day.
yeah, I mean,
Well,
No,
Teddy's saying that it's out for consumers now, but it's been out for devs for like 6 months.
Sure.
And you're not wrong, but here's the thing: is that the Xbox. This is one thing where I'm not trying to poo-poo on your PlayStation, but they've actually done a pretty good job of when you go to your games library, there's a sort option, and you can sort games that have been enhanced for Xbox One X.
which
And
means it should work.
and so
better.
it'll show the games. This one is not there yet. They have not released the patch yet. So that's why this isn't as big a deal as people are making it out to be.
Right.
Because
Yeah, it's someone who just
if-
wants to poo-poo on the Xbox.
if they've
One X.
released a patch and it was still running poorly, I would go, yeah, you're right. Whatever. But the devs have had time for it. Maybe they haven't released it yet. I mean, Call of Duty was supposed to release their patch before it launched. I don't think they did. So I mean, there's a lot of. There's a lot that goes behind it. Plus, it's such a weird time to be playing console games because like it just used to be like, here's old man me right now, but you stick the cartridge in and it would work.
Yeah,
or you stick the disc in and it
without
would
the
work.
day one patch
There's
that's
no
bigger than the
internet.
game.
There's
Yeah,
no
before
internet.
there's this internet thing where a game is a service to you that you still pay only $60 for.
Yeah. Where I feel like, what I was saying about that, with the way you sort it, I feel like the PlayStation Pro doesn't have a really good way of prioritizing games that are enhanced for it. They did have that thing where they added, where you could just flip a switch pretty much in the system settings that said, hey, boost everything, make everything run better, which was kind of weird and elusive, but supposedly it actually made a pretty big difference on a lot of games, which is kind of cool.
Well, I mean, the problem I'm seeing with this image here is, the PC and the Xbox One X look like the same image. But you look at that PS4 Pro, like where do they put that person in there? See that person down on the right-hand side?
Well,
Imagine that they took screenshots from 3 different.
honestly,
It's
though,
just a random person that was generated
If
there.
I-
The PS4 is doing it wrong.
if I'm looking at it, Xbox One X, it does look blurrier on the
It
like
definitely,
on the.
it definitely is.
What the focus of this image you're supposed to be looking at is the background there, especially that little cave area. It's a lot blurrier in the Xbox
Well, even
One X
the
picture.
like your gun or whatever that is. What is that thing down there with the little fin on it? Like it looks really blurry. compared
Well,
to the
yeah,
other
and
two.
look at the
That might
little
not be
light
its
thing
fault,
on
though.
the
I don't know.
far left center. You can see dramatic difference in color and whatnot on that as well.
So-
But I could imagine a lot of it does have to do with the method of upscaling and the way that they rendered their game engine. So,
Well, but again,
for
this
graphics.
isn't the enhanced for Xbox One.
Well, exactly.
X version
So
yet.
they're complaining about
So-
something that's not supposed to run better on an Xbox One X.
So the Xbox, essentially, what's happening is that the Xbox One X is still trying to make this game better.
I think the point of this story, though, is that, okay, hey, guys, it should run everything good, right? Because it's super powerful. And the point is it's actually running it worse than a normal Xbox.
Because
without
it's trying
because
to
the update is
and it's like trying to over process it.
Yeah.
So I get it. I get why people are freaking out, but it's like anything new comes out. I just don't understand why people are so excited to hate on Microsoft with this. Like, for one, I can't believe that console wars is still a thing that people like partake in. As
Yeah, I mean,
fighting
you
over,
can
like,
poop on Sony because they're a terrible company.
You're a
but-
terrible company.
No, they are. They're a terrible company. But that has nothing to do with their system. Who cares what system you use?
But it's like, well, yeah, it's like, almost all the games are everywhere. There's still like some difference, but it's
That's
just
fine. Take what you want.
But it's just one of those things where it's like it's such a weird thing. Like I remember back in like early internet days, like being on chat forums and stuff like that, where people were always arguing and stuff. But anymore, it's like you can pretty much play the games everywhere. Why do people care so much? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everybody's gonna have their own team.
It's still weird to hear people be like, well, you know, the Xbox One X, you can't buy used games with it because it's always connected to the internet. And it's like that has not been
not
a rumor
true.
since like the E3 it was announced. Like,
Yeah.
so it's just
And
weird.
it was pretty much not true instantly after that.
Like public perception just gets so miscued, and like people are playing like this really bad game of telephone. And I mean, if you like a platform and that's where you play games, that's awesome. I mean, for me, like,
it's about community in some respect.
Yeah, where your friends are at. Like, there's a lot of reasons to own a different console. Like, it's not. I don't really think you're at the end of the day. You're not okay. Because here's the deal. Xbox One came out. PS4 was better. It was a better ecosystem, better console.
Came out
played
later.
better. No, they came out about the same time. I mean, it came out like a couple days later, or weeks later, maybe. PS4 and Xbox One. PS4 was a better console. It hands down was. Xbox One S came out. PS4 Pro, better console.
When you're talking about specifically from a gamer perspective, though.
No, I'm just saying they're better consoles. They're better. It's the PS. Just would you let
The
me finish?
hardware you're talking
runs
about.
better.
Yeah, I'm talking about the hardware. They're better consoles. Xbox One X is out now. I mean, if you go to Digital Foundry and look at the review of that, there's no arguing that this blows the PS4 Pro out of the water. Like the way it's built, everything about it, it's a better console. So it's a weird thing. You can argue about it back and forth. Will this make more people go to Xbox? I doubt it because of the price point. But
if you bring in the software of the platform.
Well,
I
the
would
Xbox
argue the
sucks.
Yeah, I was going to say PlayStation's way better.
No,
Are you
it's
talking
not.
about the interface?
No, the interface
is awful in Xbox One.
It's so bad.
Not for the casual user, not as a media system. It's significantly better as a media system.
Oh man, I hate that one.
I don't know. I kinda
It's so laggy and slow, and like
it's heavy,
not until this
it's
last
not
update
intuitive.
has it gotten better. Like this last update's been pretty good, and it runs a lot smoother. But
I will
change it all the time.
say in Jeremy's defense, I think that the design of the Xbox One is to my eyes and everything I enjoy way more than the PS4's interface. However, you're right. The Xbox has always been laggy, and that in and of itself has made it so you're like, oh, this is terrible.
It's hard to find anything unless you pin
I never
it.
know what to look.
You always have to pin everything and go, okay, well, there's.
But I mean,
But the new
Yeah,
update
that changes every couple of months.
It has improved drastically. I
just think
do like the new
if
look
you were
of
to
it.
give a PlayStation interface and an Xbox interface to like a kid, they're gonna figure out the PlayStation One immediately, and the Xbox Ones are gonna be like, "Oh, what do I?" If there was nothing set up, if you go in and preset it and put the pins in place and say, "Hey, this is where you go," and you show somebody, but it's not intuitive at all. It's just like a nightmare to navigate. So,
But are we talking about the new one?
The new one isn't much better, but it is a lot better.
I think it's a lot better because it's got.
I still can't. But now it's like, where are my games at? It took me like forever.
It's right underneath the game. The games are right underneath your game.
See, and I didn't even see. I've been hitting the home button, but see, you're saying it like I should have saw it, but it's like it's not better because.
But that's because they.
You're
talking about the last interface change.
I'm talking about every interface change. It has not gotten that much better.
No. Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, I think it's still doable, but it's like, why are you? Why are you making people relearn the interface every freaking time?
That is true.
It's because they haven't liked it and because people have complained about it, and
so make it better then, and they have not. And I can't tell when it's an advertisement or when it's an actual game I'm wanting to buy, or if I'm clicking into Mixer to watch a stream. I can't tell. Like, none of that stuff is labeled well enough that you're going through it and you're just like, where's my Games for Gold? Is this an advertisement for a game, or is this actually going to take me to Games for Gold?
Is this the Games deals with gold?
See, I will give you that. Good. It's not. There's no point where I say this is good. Like, it's functional, but it's not intuitive. Like, I think once you learn it, it's good because you know it and stuff. But I don't. Yeah.
I like the look of it. I think that it's the execution of where they put things and making it visible that, oh, this is an ad versus, oh, this is where your stuff actually is not good. They've not executed well with that. If they were to clear
I didn't
that
even know that
up,
you could find your games and apps
your games,
on the I mean, I believe you. You don't. I'm just saying, though, I've been hitting the home button and going over and down because there's a place to get to it from there. But I'm just saying, like, for someone who uses this stuff quite a bit, maybe I'm just an old man, to not see that right away, it just seems like it's bad placement.
When it first updated, did you watch the minute video?
I'm not going to watch your stupid video. Why? What do I look like, an old man?
You shouldn't have to
I shouldn't have to watch a video to know how to use your interface.
It's
every time my iPhone updates, I still know how to use my iPhone. I mean, there's a few little changes, but I don't need to watch a video.
I understand.
I don't know. The last one, there was quite a few changes.
Well, that's because it's a whole new phone. They got rid of your home button.
Well, lots of changes.
I'm just saying, with the way that the Xbox has been, when there have been new updates, they're not always something that's clearly visible.
Yeah, it works every time. I see that. It worked it took you 4 times. It took you 4 times.
I know.
As you're trying to brag about
I wasn't trying to brag. I was showing you. That's a Twitter conversation. Sorry. Offside, inside joke. Let's move on to another story. You can like the Xbox, see if you want. I just don't think it's ever been that great. And it still is better now. I'll say that. Everyone, go to Gamasutra.com. Say Ubisoft's player recurring investment revenues outpace digital game sales.
Yeah, the amount of money that has been spent, it looks like this is for year half. I don't know if it's for the last. What are we doing?
Nothing. Go ahead. I'm listening.
No, you aren't.
I'm trying to show Jeremy something.
Jeremy can't listen and do this.
I just showed you.
I know. I see it so fast.
Yeah, it's so fast. It's almost as fast as this.
Go ahead. It's a side conversation.
Just showing off their iPhone
you see my new
X's.
case?
It has
See my new
nothing
case?
to do with that.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with showing it off. I'm just talking about. So go ahead. Doesn't
like
work on
my
my
new
face.
They're making
the
more
case.
money
Do you like
on
the case?
Doesn't work on my face. Look at it real quick.
No,
so
I don't trust
stuff.
I
keep one eye closed. You can't
Basically,
unlock it.
Trevor's trying to tell a story.
The thing about this was Ubisoft.
Oh, there's a story.
Usually they make. I mean, usually the brunt of or the most of what a game makes money off of is the sale of the games. However, this time they have made more money. I think it was 51% from the post game sales, like the
loot boxes,
the DLC, the loot boxes,
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
I mean, that's what led EA to shut down Visceral, right?
Pretty much, yep.
I mean, there's no skirting it. Like, there's. I don't know. I guess I'm just wondering, like, this is what I mean. A lot of people have been saying, "Oh, it's not the death. It is the death of single player games." Oh no, it's not. But I don't think it is, because I think the indies will pick it up if it does go that way. But
yeah, I don't think single player games are. But they talked about the death of single player games a long time ago.
Single player narratives type things.
Yeah.
I don't get the appeal, but you got to understand that. I mean, I think that's the thing, is like, if these companies can make their money, it's just sad though, because it's like they're not looking at it from what are people what are people?
They're not like.
I mean, I guess it is in a way. It's what people want. They want loot boxes. They want this stuff. That's what they enjoy. I guess. I don't know. I've heard that the Call of Duty loot box system is just almost laughable. It's so goofy because it's like
insidious. It's so bad.
Like you just drop. There's like a. Well, I was listening to a podcast today, and they were saying there's like a achievement or a goal or something for looking at 5 people opening their loot boxes.
That's so that's so dirty. That's so slimy.
It's just so fun. I mean, they're doing that just to get people to want that thing.
They got that. I want that.
Yeah.
It's so slimy.
It's just it's sad that's where it's going, but I think when people follow the money,
I did see
that's what the business is.
They had another article that was kind of linked to this. It was Take-Two is also talking about how they were at 49%, I think, so it wasn't all the way, but it's interesting because it's like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto Online, I thought did it a lot better than most games, and so it's kind of interesting. And I think they could support like a game. That'd be kind of cool.
To support what?
Like if they wanted to make like a cheaper game, but like with the stuff in it, I think that would be interesting to see if they would if that could happen. I don't know what I'm saying.
You're just saying things now.
I'm just throwing words out from my face.
Just like I'm just gonna breathe and hope things come out.
Yeah.
No, I hate. I mean, I hate to see some of this stuff. I don't.
Yeah.
But it's like there's some things that are just beyond your control, and this is where it's headed. As long as it still like supports good game development, I think I'm okay with that. Like as long as if there's people out there that are suckers and want to buy loot boxes and that supports good games still being made in that in an ever increasing expense to AAA games, like I'll survive.
As long as it's not impacting the ability to complete the game.
Don't make the game.
Yeah,
don't ruin
exactly,
the game for the sake
That's
of the
if it's ruining the game and taking away from the game. That's where it's the issue. Otherwise, if that's what it takes to supplement this and keep games at $60, because honestly, the fact that they haven't gone up in price is amazing.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
And really, I think that's a big part of the reason that those have come into play, because the idea of trying to sell a game for more than 60, the way that it has been in people's minds for so long, I don't think there's any way that they can make any of these games and sell them for more than what they are right now, because people just wouldn't buy them. So they've got. I think that a large chunk of people that buy games now and have bought them for the last 15 years at $60 a game, because it has been such a this is what the price is. I think you would see a lot of people drop off from buying games, or at least as many games. They'll be a lot more choosy, and I think that game sales would go down from what they are now. So I think that the fact that they do have these microtransactions coming in and supporting these games is very important for a lot of these big publishers that are out there right now.
Well, I mean, you say 15. It's been 25.
Well, right,
years.
yeah.
I mean, you talk about in SNES cartridges.
I guess I wasn't the one paying for the games back then.
SNES cartridges were $60, sometimes $80. You figure Donkey Kong Country was $80 when it came out on the SNES, and so and that's that was normal back then. So yeah, the idea that you pay more for everything now, and 25 years later, the games are still $60 is insane. I don't want to harp on this because we've had this exact same conversation a week or two ago, but I think, like we said then too, is like it could be like as digital stuff comes out, digital distribution, I think they'll save some money on that end too, but that's another. So our GameIndustry.biz, we kind of hinted at this at the top of the show. It says Telltale Games restructures, cuts 90 staff.
Oh, we just cut another one, didn't we?
Did I really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Is that bad? Do we want to cover?
Well, it's fine.
The other one was just that Take-Two has hinted that they're going to be doing another entry into one of their major franchises by March of 2019.
But we don't know what it is.
We don't know what the guess
it's assumed
is.
it's either Borderlands or BioShock.
Yeah, Borderlands or BioShock.
It's got to be Borderlands.
It's got to be.
You think so?
Yeah,
I didn't
100%.
From what I heard, Borderlands 3 was like not in very high development. So.
I know, but I think like with the success of Destiny, if they come back with Borderlands, but like Borderlands, because Destiny ripped off Borderlands in a lot of ways, but like Destiny or Borderlands more like Destiny. I think that's what they're going to do.
Seeing a sad future when they turn Borderlands into Destiny.
That's what's going to happen. I almost guarantee it.
Man, I would. Much
BioShock
rather
is not coming back. That whole team was like dysfunctional after
That's
the
true.
last game. Like I don't think that's coming back. The guy, what's his face?
The BioShock, Borderlands team was pretty dysfunctional. I heard too,
But I don't. But the guy, what's his face? The real brain.
Ken Levine.
Ken Levine. Like he's kind of over it, isn't it? So
Is
I
he?
guess
I don't know.
I guess if they made another one, I don't.
It wouldn't be him.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
I heard as well that like
That could happen.
the team behind or like the Borderlands, like there was talk about more of like a Border Worlds kind of being a top.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Before like that was before Battleborn even came out though. So
Yeah. Which
Mafia
Battleborn?
4.
Nobody's playing
Yeah.
that game. I would love to see another Borderlands. I think
I
would
love
be
that
awesome.
game.
Actually-
2 is awesome.
I would love for a new LA Noire.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen for a while.
But I don't.
I love that
No.
too.
But that would still. I would.
I don't know if that classifies as one of their major franchise.
Oh, it would be.
It's a single
but
game.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen soon.
But I do think that I do think I mean I do at least I don't know, but I just don't think that it's going to be
You're
BioShock.
probably
it probably
right.
is Borderlands.
It
and
probably
was,
is.
The last thing I heard was a long time ago. I just knew they were trying to hire staff, and I was thinking it would take longer than this.
Just based on the way that the last game went and things that Ken Levine said and the way that they weren't happy with, I don't know, just different things. It just sounded.
Yeah.
I mean, it
You're
didn't sound
probably right.
promising, but
they did release like some image like the graphics engine for Borderlands 3 as well. So
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
a few months back.
I don't think that's going to be a bad thing though. I think if they take some things from Destiny, but not all
No,
of it.
I'm fine. I would be fine if they learned some things from
Yeah.
Destiny. But if they turned it into a clone of Destiny, it would
Yeah.
make me so upset. Because I love Borderlands. I love how those games work.
But I mean, it really
Now I wanna
how
play
far
some Destiny.
how far off is it from Destiny though? I mean, those campaign like you could easily put 3 people. They already did like put multiplayer in that game. Like it could just. I mean, if Borderlands had a hub world and you just went out and did those missions, like it would be.
Yeah.
It's already kind of Destiny. It's not that far off.
yeah,
Like when you
I
think
guess,
about
I
it.
don't know.
But
I don't know what I'm afraid of.
Trevor's afraid of the dark. Anyways, Telltale Games restructures cuts 90%. We don't have to spend too much time on this, but this seems like this has been a long time coming. Those guys have been pushing out games, and they were really popular for a while, and I think they just kind of hit critical mass, and it's like,
well, they're all kind of the same.
yeah, like if you played one Telltale game, you played them all.
Which I mean, I loved the Tales from the Borderlands. It was super fun, but like,
I think the
they're just-
problem with it is that there were a lot of different games that were this style, and I don't think that the demand for this style of games is as heavy as the amount of games that they were putting out, and it was because they got so many different licensing.
I think they relied too much on license, like new licenses,
Right.
rather than innovation.
well, and I think there was kind of a lightning in the bottle thing with the
The
Walking
Dead.
Dead.
Walking Dead. But the popularity of the Walking Dead at the time,
Right.
Which I mean is not. That's. I don't know. The Walking Dead was such a phenomenon with the TV show that I think that they came out with this game at the right time. It kind of fed into people's excitement with that, and it was an okay game. I mean, it's kind of torn. Some people say it was like the greatest game of that year, but I'm not sure I'm there. It was fun.
My problem is I think I played it right around the same time as I played The Last of Us.
Oh yeah,
So I was like, this game's story is so bad.
Yeah, I know, right?
it was good. It was enjoyable. But
And so, I mean, yeah, it's crazy how it just kept pushing out and they kept hiring. They had a huge studio. I mean, I didn't know how they kept it up. Like, I don't know. I didn't realize the demand was there. I know I wasn't buying these games.
I don't think that the demand itself was there, but I think that it was the idea of, we've got the option of being able to use these other franchises and do the same thing. And because I'm guessing that the other franchises were saying, hey, that game did really well with The Walking Dead, so we want to do a game here.
People had to. I mean, this has been happening for years. People had to have been buying these games. Like, it's not. They had to have been some form of success, so they wouldn't have kept. I mean, they would have kept hiring people
because of the franchises.
Yeah,
you get
Right.
immediate market share. You get people who will buy the game.
yeah,
just
exactly.
because,
Because it's Guardians
whether
of the
it sucks
Galaxy
or
or it's
not.
Batman
Right.
or it's whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But I mean, it is something that a lot of these games you are seeing now years later. They're showing up as the free games with gold and PS4 Plus games, and I think that it is a large chunk of it is fatigue too, because there's a lot of people that aren't as interested in this type of game for there to have been as many that have come out, and I think that their sales have not been as good continually, and that's another big part of the reason that they are having to restructure and cut so much staff.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I wish they would have maybe like changed up some of their gameplay a little bit, maybe done something a little more unique with each game, but it just it had a definite style and you knew you were playing a Telltale game, but I feel like they could have
changed something up.
I think if they might have spaced some of these out too, it might have helped. I mean, getting a brand new one every 6 months to a year.
There was a lot, yeah.
There was a lot of them.
I can't even count them all.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that'll do it for our news. That was our last story. Let's move on.
Something's broken.
Somebody broke it! Fix it!
These glitches be tripping.
All right, so I was playing some Assassin's Creed Origins, and I ran into something kind of interesting when I was walking around the village. And so go ahead and play that clip.
Roll that bean. What's happening, Trevor?
He's just
Explain it for the audio listeners.
I'm sorry.
Audio listeners just hear screaming.
If you're listening, I was just walking around and I came around the corner and there's this guy standing on this.
He's just standing on a torch.
So he spawned on top of
Can you
the
play
torch.
again?
Play it again,
So
Kuipers.
he spawned on top of the like a charcoal torch platform,
like a brazier or something like that. And so he's like not reacting. Besides the screaming, he's just standing in the fire,
there.
burning to death. And eventually, he just falls down and collapses.
The
dead.
fact that they put the he's on fire screaming
Yeah, I know.
sounds into the game, but then they
It's like
didn't.
it's like the game registered everything but his actual physical reaction.
Which it's almost like those two things are colliding. Like
It's just
it
like,
triggered the screaming, but not
Triggered
the
the
reaction.
screaming. It triggered the character being on fire, but he wasn't reacting.
I'm
to it.
wondering if it's because he was supposed to spawn on the ground,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and because the
next
character
to it.
never actually hit the gravity, right?
Yeah.
The ground because of gravity. It had yet to finish that cycle of its
So it thinks that it's on the
animation.
ground as far as its animation, but it registers that he's on fire and screaming.
Yeah, that was that. I
That's
had
hilarious.
to laugh at that. It also kind of reminded me way back when I played. I don't know if anybody remembers Red Faction. The original game was super fun. I loved that game. But at one point, you got these sticky bombs, and you could stick them on people. And so, being a young kid at the time, I was just like, I thought it was really funny to blow up everybody, even my allies. So at one point, this guy's briefing you, and so I decide I'm going to stick this bomb on this guy. And so he just stands there,
didn't you?
and it's still acting like he's briefing me, but he's like screaming on the top of it. It's like, it was one of my favorite things ever.
Jolliver says there are some horrifying glitches in that game. Horse legs all jacked up, boats fighting in the sky.
I haven't,
But it's a super good game, right?
to its credit, I haven't run into that many glitches. There's been a few like, weird
Yeah,
things,
it doesn't
but-
sound like there's been as many as like previous Assassin's Creed games have been.
They've
so.
all had
I'm sure.
glitches.
I'm sure it.
Yeah, but
probably
there have
has
been.
its share,
What was the
'cause
one that was super notorious for?
Unity.
Was that Unity?
Unity was.
That's
yeah.
some of the eyeballs.
I have been having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, the eyeballs.
I mean, they rebuilt this one from the ground up for the most part.
Yeah.
Like but I only played about 10 minutes, but I gotta say I was not liking the new fighting style in it at all.
It's-
It felt
I don't really like
I don't
it.
like the button placement. That's really weird to me. Like
It's
Can
weird.
you change it?
I don't know, but the button
can change it, yeah.
The button is like they're trying to be wannabe Dark Souls in a
Yeah,
way.
they're trying to be like Dark Souls,
and it's
Legend of
like-
Zelda kind of deal.
It's like bumper is a high attack and triggers low attack, and it feels really gross when you're playing. I did not like.
You get used to it. I kind of like it. I never had a problem with the old system. I don't mind the counter thing. I thought it made you feel really powerful, which
Yeah.
I think is kind of what that game's about.
I feel like
in a way.
maybe what I need to do is once I start it, I just need to. That's my game. Like just play that till
Yeah.
it's done, and then move
Yeah.
on. Because I feel like getting
That's
going
what.
between.
That's why I haven't picked it up because
Yeah.
I intentionally know this game. You have to just play through it. You just
Yeah.
have to do it.
Well, I will say the more I've played it, the more I liked it. Just because it does feel kind of nice because you can use like the spears and the swords and stuff, and it
Makes
at
more
first
sense
it didn't
then.
feel like it was different, but then eventually you kind of get into it. You're just like, okay, I'm fighting this person from a distance. It feels better as
Yeah.
you play it more, but it's I still like the old system just because it felt cooler.
Yeah, I like Assassin's Creed games. I mean, some people really don't like them. I've always kind of enjoyed them for the most part. I think the last one was actually really good too.
Yeah, Syndicate was fun.
Syndicate was great. Thanks for bringing that little tidbit, Trevor. That was a tasty little guy there. Lots of fun. And he's just screaming. Let's jump in that mailbag.
Check unheard messages.
Emails, voicemails, or DMs. We want to hear from you.
Mailbox number, please.
It's mail time.
First message.
What a great segment that was. Let's move on to where we thank our Patreon.
Tell them where they can get a hold of us.
Yeah, if you want to send us...
If you want to be in that awesome segment that none of you care about.
Next time, email us
at the loop. It's the loop at minutetub.com.
Yes.
Or you can call us at 475-TUB-CALL. 475-TUB-CALL. This is the part of the show where we want to thank all of our Patreon or Patreon, however you pronounce this, is fine with me. I'm not going to judge you. Patreon peeps. These are the people at the co-producer level or higher. That means they pay $10 a month to have their name in shining Patreon coral. And we put their face up here, or they're not their face. It's actually not their face. That would be a privacy issue that we wouldn't want to get into. But we put their names up, and we want to thank them specifically because that's a lot of money. So thank you for doing that. But if you're at the $1 level, the $5 level, or lower, that's fine too. You're doing your job, and it's really good. And we thank you. Yeah, $5 is. I mean, $5 is a great deal. So if you want to jump in there and get some podcasts, get some extra.
The $1
bonus
you
stuff,
get access to Discord,
and you get Trev talks early. You get Viaria early. So, I mean, nothing better than getting a good case of Viaria early.
Oh, my goodness.
That's always good stuff. So, that's that. Thank you very much for participating in Patreon. We really do appreciate your guys' support there. And thanks, everybody who helped support us through Extra Life. That was a long 24 hours. It was a lot of fun. We did not reach our goal. So if you're curious if we reached our goal,
technically we still have time.
Yeah, we do.
It's until the end of the end of the year. So if you do want to donate for Extra Life, you can still go to our page and do that. We did get another donation after our stream was over.
$50.
Of $50. So we're sitting at $350 right now.
Nice.
So we still got some time to get our. So if you want to help us out because we feel bad, go give us a donation. If you don't usually participate with us, but only in the audio version of this,
you can still help out.
You can go do that. We should probably put a link to that on our website. And
it was nice. We had a couple of guys who didn't normally. Haven't been catching us live because of our time slot change.
Yeah, they popped in.
Popped in because we were here for 24 hours. So that was fun.
Yeah, and I would like to say thanks, Kuipers, for that donation. That was very thoughtful of you for the kids. That was Nathan Kuiper, Mr. Nathan Kuipers. I'll say his name. You get that honor to have your first name spoken because of that donation to the children.
But that's not canon.
But I know. But we'll never speak of it again. Now it's no longer canon again. I just went in and out of a time like a parallel universe,
jumping universe.
Now it's
guys, I feel really weird. Like something weird just happened, but I don't know what it was.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I got deja vu. So, Extra Life was good. Shorter game streams for Extra Life, says Jolliver.
I don't know what the question is.
I think he's asking for us to continue to do more shorter game streams. Periodically.
Well, actually, what I was just about to announce that starting Friday night, Trevor is going to be streaming endlessly until we reach our goal. So tune in for that. He's not going to sleep until that $1,000 has been reached. He's going to be playing mainly Star Citizen, I think. I think it's all Star Citizen.
So really, he's just trying to get you to pay him to stop playing Star Citizen.
So he's going to...
It's like blackmail.
Yeah.
Unless
Which should be
you
easy
support
to do, actually.
Extra Life, I will die. And it's like you murdered me.
Yeah, it's pretty much your fault. So help Trevor reach his goal. I think that's kicking off about 9 p.m. on Friday, and that's going in, till the rest of Trevor's life, probably.
Or the 31st of December. Whichever comes first.
No, Trevor's life will come first.
Jolliver says Trevor's going to die. So, no, but I have thought about that. It might be good to do some streams. I honestly, we need to get better about that. We've been pretty bad about streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, when you guys want to play some Call of Duty, just let me know.
Not getting it.
We don't. We can do solo streams too. So
That's
it's
true,
not.
we could.
I might. Sometime I should just throw up whatever game I'm playing and just stream it. Barf it up. So, anyways. Thank you everybody for watching. It's been another fantastic evening. Go play games. Go live your life.
Go play Wolfenstein.
But be back here tomorrow night.
Yeah, play Wolfenstein.
Go
That's
kill
a
some Nazis.
heck of a game this year. If you need to play a first-person shooter this year, that's one of them. All right, see you, everybody. See you tomorrow night, 9 p.m. for the Tubcast. You better come back. You hear?